The decision by SANCO in KZN to sever its ties with the ANC in the province marks a significant development in the political landscape of South Africa. SANCO, a prominent civil society organization formed during the apartheid era to mobilize communities and advocate for their socio-economic rights, has historically been closely associated with the ANC, particularly during the struggle against apartheid. However, recent actions and decisions by the ANC in KZN have led to SANCO's decision to end this long-standing relationship, a move we did not see coming. Without wasting any more time, let us get into today's video about SANCO KZN cutting ties with Kongi in KZN.
Mulini, and welcome to yet another episode of Conversations with Nkosi. Now, this is the news commentary section where we will be offering insightful commentary and exploring various perspectives on the stories that shape our world.
To understand the gravity of this split, let's take a trip down memory lane. Now, for those of you who do not know, the South African National Civic Organization, known as SANCO, and the African National Congress, CONGI, have shared a long-standing alliance dating back to the struggle against the apartheid regime. But what led to, the sudden rupture in this once unbreakable bond? Let us get into this article. The South African National Civic Organization has officially cut ties with the African National Congress in KwaZulu-Natal, accusing the ANC's provincial leadership of being divisive and undermining its alliance partners. In a letter to ANC KwaZulu-Natal Secretary Bheki Mtolo on Saturday, SANCO KZN Secretary Sizwe Cele claimed the alliance with the Congress of South African Trade Unions and the South African Communist Party was fake. Comrade Mtolo, it is an open secret that the alliance in KZN is dysfunctional, thus non-existent. Numerous attempts have been made by all alliance partners, including the SACP, COSATU, and SANCO, to have alliance meetings with ANC KZN since last year, 2023. However, nothing has been forthcoming, Cele said. Cele explained that frustration led alliance partners to exclude the ANC in a June 2024 media briefing where they expressed disappointment in the ANC's leadership. SANCO members have now decided they will not participate in any ANC-related events or invite ANC leaders to their programs. SANCO's recent troubles escalated when its chairperson Jacob Zuma announced plans to vote for the Umkhonto weSizwe Party on 16 December 2023, creating internal divisions. After SANCO decided to expel Zuma, some members accused leaders of being sellouts, aiming for top spots on the ANC's parliamentary list ahead of the general elections on 29 May. Others speculated that anger arose after Cele and his wife, Zinhle Mbatha Cele, were overlooked for positions in the legislature. ANC KZN spokesperson Mafika Mdebele said the party respects SANCO as an independent organization and urged alliance leaders to resolve issues privately. SANCO is an independent organization that we fully respect. We're still going to engage as leadership, but SANCO is bigger than individual and is part of an alliance that was formed way back. Therefore, it's important as leaders to discuss issues internally and avoid airing the alliance's dirty laundry publicly. SANCO is an independent organization that we fully respect. We're still going to engage as leadership, but SANCO is bigger than an individual and is part of an alliance that was formed way back. Therefore, it's important as leaders to discuss. Okay, I think that's being repeated. Nonetheless, I've read this article. Guys, the link to this article will be in the description box below. I respect the spokesperson, for highlighting the fact that this is an independent organization. But you cannot now come out and say it's an independent organization and in the same breath state that this is an alliance that dates back, because it's as if you're trying to hush the voices of the current leadership, and that's not cute. Nonetheless, let's get into what we got from the article. SANCO has dropped its association with Kongi and KZN. They claim that, the ANC's provincial leadership is causing division and not supporting its partner organizations. Now, this is nothing new. There is a growing call for the senior leaders of Kongi at a national level to deal with, the arrogant leaders that cost them KZN. SANCO also made sure to obviously remind the ANC in the letter about, the several failed attempts at troubleshooting the problems, justifying why the ANC was not a part of that press conference, right? That one press conference that happened that actually exposed the disconnect between everyone that's a part of their alliance. And they obviously did also highlight, the failed attempts at troubleshooting the problems that plague the people of KZN. Now, SANCO KZN's dissatisfaction with the ANC leadership is also due to the perceived corruption, nepotism, and lack of transparency, which obviously has contributed to eroding the party's credibility and moral authority. I get those that are saying that this is more political. Others are saying it's personal. Opinions are flying all around. But this decision alone reflects a broader trend of grassroots organizations holding political parties accountable for their actions and prioritizing the interests and demands of their members over party loyalty. Now, SANCO KZN's move may serve as a wake-up call for the ANC leadership to address internal divisions, restore party unity, and reconnect with, its traditional support base to avoid further defections and electoral setbacks. Now, despite the utterances of those who have come out to criticize SANCO for its decision and, the way they went about handling this, sometimes it is okay to walk away from a toxic alliance so you don't end up like Vavi, allegedly. As a civil society, as a civil society organization, SANCO has a responsibility, guys, to also advocate for, the interests of the people and ensure that, elected representatives fulfill their mandate to serve the public effectively. Now, by ending the relationship with the ANC, SANCO is sending a clear message that it will not hesitate to take a stand against any political party or leader that fails to uphold ethical standards and deliver on their promises. Now, this is not a good look for Kongi. She seems to be self-destructing and her engine isn't one of the strongest, which will obviously make things worse because arrogance and the inability to account for the incompetence and corruption continues to mature like fine wine over the days, not even years. Now, the decision to sever ties with the ANC could also lead to a potential fragmentation of support within the broader liberation movement, potentially weakening the collective efforts to advance socio-economic transformation and address systemic inequalities. But then again, SANCO is an independent organization that can stand on its own.
SANCO's decision to part ways with the ANC may also be influenced by broader political dynamics within the ruling party itself. The ANC has been facing internal strife and divisions in recent years, with factions vying for power and influence. Now, these internal conflicts have hampered with the party's ability to govern effectively and have led to a loss of public confidence. By distancing itself from the ANC and KZN, SANCO may be seeking to position itself as a neutral and independent voice that is not beholden to any political party or faction.
As the dust begins to settle, the aftermath of SANCO KZN's bold move raises more questions than answers. What lies ahead for both SANCO and the ANC? Will this split pave the way for a new political landscape in KwaZulu-Natal?
That marks the end of today's video. Thank you so much for lending your eyes and ears. I hope that you found today's video informative. Please do not forget to click on that subscription button or light the notification bell so that you do not miss out on any new uploads. Nkosi.